Welcome. I am Crime Queen, and if you are joining us for the first time, it's the channel where we have fun with words and numbers, numerology to be precise. This is where we actualize self-love with the use of scriptural references from the King James Version of Bibles. Okay, of yeah. Um, I have to sort of really get um, my feelings, my emotions balance, because my last presentation was, of course, one of very it was a real breakthrough. It was a breakthrough like never imagined. And so this is where I discovered that it was 6 human in the sense of black women had been experimented on, and hence we could say that there was the successions of the race or races, or however we want to term it. But of course, and that is not to say that they were not, perhaps I should backtrack on this, because we have had race, and I heard this before but had not understood it until I got my own information through spirit, in the sense that we have had other entities on this earth. So basically it's not just one species of human being on earth. So what I do know that it is from how, of course, and it would seem evident within us as well, when we take time to understand who we are, we would see that we are of six species, six entities. We are of 6 entities, and we are the makeup. Hence it is said that 6 is the number of man. And of course, when I say it is evident within us, we would have all these chatters going on in our makeup. And what just comes to mind, so I'm doing this intuitively, and I tend to think I have an idea when I'm doing these presentations, but then Mother Eve is just flowing through me and I go with it. So the number 4 comes to mind, and it's not just 4 as in, let's show you this. It's also 4 as the word, because Mother Eve is very much about words. Okay, we can take this off for now. So Mother Eve wants me to show this. So we are of 6. When we hear 6 and we do the numerical value for 6, it comes to 16, because this is 1, and the S before is always indicative of Mother Eve, the serpent, Satan, Saturn. These words, or all these that we hear, that is evident of Mother Eve's presence right here. So there we have 9, 6. Basically, in actual fact, when we get the S before a word, it's really like a statement of that present, or that present element is there. It's really there. And if it were at the S, it's like we could say Mother Eve is like afterwards making her presence known or evident. But before, it's like she is leading. It's like here we have 196. Basically, we are looking at 9, 6, which would equal 15. Of course, it is 16 in actual fact when we count all these digits here, but 15 equals the said God. So as we do the said, because that's Mother Eve, she's the one who said, let there be light. She's the one who said, let the waters from the waters be gathered, and the firmament, and so on. She's the one who said those 8 different entries in Genesis. Okay, so this is one again. She is the S, number one. She is number one, but she has her aid. So the other gods, we could say, are her aid. So basically, when she comes like the one, the I and the X here, it's like the I in itself is very indicative of the third eye in this way. This is all, it's like really saying here, the third eye, the eye, which cries of us that let thy, if thy eye be single, let thy whole body, then thy whole body be light. And then the 6 is really the number of man, which of course is the X. I don't know much about, but I haven't remembered much about biology, but X chromosome still comes in this channeling, so I'm just putting it out there. And this is the second time I've been meaning to check it out. So it's X. So on here we have 1, 9, and D. So D is giving us like, or D, sorry, is 4. D is really giving us like half of the whole. D is, you can imagine there's the whole and it's split in the middle. So that's D. And I'm seeing one is C, one is D. Wow. And that would be 7. So that's the whole. I've got to do this again because it's just delicious to see it this way. Wow. So we have a split in the middle. So we say that's 2 halves. But basically we have D, which is 4 here. And then this would be a C. We could say this is the C. And this would be 3. When we add this together, it becomes 7. 7, when we do the numerical value, we will get to 4. When we do the numerical value for 1, O-N-E, this is 6, 5, 5. When we add this together, we see that 1, 5, 5 plus 6, that equals 16, just like it was 6 here. Just like it was 6 here. So we see 1 is not only 16 in this sense, 6, sorry, 1 is 6 here, and 1 is also 7. So this is 16, well, of course, 1 plus 6 is 7. So it would be really the same of confirming that there are 6 entities within our one makeup here. So the 6 and it would be 7, but 7 is including the rest day of their work that they have made. So basically, I take comfort in recognizing that there is a day of rest. That means we can find within us somewhere to have a rest from the gods talking or whatever it is they do and chattering in our minds. Okay, I hope you have got this. I'm just intending to do bite sizes, but I was very happy to see the whole in this sense. And of course, when it shows us how the letters themselves give a pattern of our makeup. So it's like when we break from that whole, in a sense, you could say we are in the C. This is where number 3 is ready to vibrate. It goes round and it's the wave. It's the wave doing its thing. So there is always another part of the whole that is not very present to us. Now, so this is the set God, and in case you were new to this channel and you have just embark on this, so I'm glad to be able to give this little intro on this very in-depth knowledge that have transpired. So what came to mind was the number 4, or the word 4, which really equals, this is 6, 6, 3, 9. When we add this together, of course, this is 12, this is 18, this is 24. 2 plus 4 is 6. So why this came to mind? 2 plus 4 is 6. So is 6. Again, 4 shows us that we add the number of man, or where, how 4 show us that we add the number of man, because we have 4 directions: our north, our south, our east, our west, which coincides with the cardinal points, the 4 cardinal points. It also coincides with the 4 seasons. It coincides with the 4 gospels. It coincides with 4 elements: the earth, fire, air, water. I hope I've said this correctly. It coincides with the other 4s, which does not really come to mind right now. It coincides with the 4 point of the cross. Okay, so, but it also coincides with what we call news. This is where our news that we have been given, the north, south, east, and west. So this is where we get that 4. And there was the other point of 4 that I want to show you, is that, of course, this would be 15 here, and plus 1 would be 16, because this is 3 5s. 15 plus 1 is 16. This again wraps into the 6. 1 plus 6 equals 7. We have seen how number 1 is 7. So that again is another representation of that we have the 6 entities, including 1 for the day of rest, within our makeup. Within our makeup. And basically we have 2 sets of 7. 2 sets of 7 of the 7, which is 14 gods in our makeup. So we have seen how we have 6 entities in our makeup. I think I have covered that in 4, the number, the numerical value for 4, which I might not have done the numerical value. It is 6. We saw it is 6 as the number of man. Yes, but let us see the other thing with 4, the other magic with 4. Okay, so the other magical thing with 4 is this word right here. It has the magic numbers of 6, 3, 9. 6, 3, 9. It does not come in the same order as on the template, but these are the numbers that we have been really been fascinated with on the template. So basically the F here, again, it's like it is the projection of what is. The first letter is always projecting what is behind. It's like an introduction to the rest of the letters. So this is 6, of course. If we added all this together, we have seen we get 24. 2 plus 4 is 6. So it's like the 2 is telling us that there are 2 aspects of that 4, which we have done. And of course, with adding them together, we have the 6th number of man. Okay. Wow. Oh, okay. So we have 6 as the number of man. So these numbers, the 6, come in 3 sections of the, we could say 3 sections of our makeup, of cycles. It's the different cycles we go through. So we have the sack in one cycle. This is the sacrifice template. In case you are not used to this template, or new, of course, if you were new, It probably puts you right here in Mother Eve as a new man, new. And this is very comforting, I believe. It means that you probably are now having to eat of a fruit that may not be entirely delicious, but something is telling you to hang around because it is a fruit of it is a good fruit, meaning what we are teaching here on this channel. This is Mother Eve that is beckoning me to say this. If you are new, you are now in direct introduction to Mother Eve, which is number 5. It's reminding you that you are number 5 and you are my W. We are double. So there's the W right here. That means you are new when you are in, like it is often said, when you are in Christ. I-N, you are a new creature. So of course the creature here we have seen, I had been going over the creature as the fox, which is also very good, but we see MEN right here for men, and that too would mean very appropriate. So this is where Eve ate of the fruit of good and evil. Of course, she saw it was good. There's the thing, she saw it was good. She didn't see it bad, she didn't see it evil, because Eve herself is the fruit. Hence the serpent, really, we could see when it forms that circle, we see the symbol many times of the fullness of the circle is where the tail is really in the mouth. So the tail, in fact, the word tail, I did this sometime. T-A-I-L. If we do the numerical value for tail, of course, the L at the end is that vibration. So this is 219. This is 12, 13, 14, 15. So we can see the tail is directly 15, which is 6. And that 6 is the number of man. And it's also in direct correlation with the said God. Though the word said, or the name said for the serpent now, is also directly 15, which is 6. When we add 1 plus 5, that equals 6. Okay, I just want to ensure that I am keeping these at bite sizes, these presentations, and do join me again, because we have lots of these bite sizes that I feel is necessary to help people grasp the vastness of this wisdom that is unfolding. Thank you for joining us. I hope you have found this fun. Please leave your comments, likes, and subscribe, and share, because this is how we do it. We share to actualizing self-full love. I think it's just so nice to be so liberated that I know that I don't have the most fabulous of what we call singing voices, but then I just realized that is Mother Eve doing her thing through me. Thank you. Namaste.